Calling all my sweeties to the forefront. I'm your host, Chris Renee Hazlett, and this is the Keep It Positive Sweetie Show. This episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. Let's face it, guys, life gets overwhelming. Between balancing work, relationships, and everything in between, we often forget to take care of ourselves. When it comes to finding a therapist, it can feel like we're adding something else to our long to-do list. That's where BetterHelp comes in. BetterHelp is an online therapy platform that connects you with a licensed therapist from the comfort of your own home. No waiting rooms, no long drives, just professional support when you need it. With BetterHelp, you can message your therapist anytime and schedule video or phone sessions that fit into your schedule. And if you don't vibe with your therapist, you can switch free of charge. Taking care of your mental health should not be complicated. Get started today by visiting betterhelp.com/Crystal Renee and get 10% off your first month, because you deserve to feel your best mind, body, and soul. Welcome to the Keep It Positive Sweetie Show, the place where we heal, grow, and learn together. This week's guest is the beautiful multi-hyphenate talent, Tika Sumpter. She's an NAACP nominated producer, director, children's book author, and a podcast creator who's been steadily redefining what it means to move with ambition, grace, and grit in Hollywood. We're talking about none other than Tika Sumpter, a powerhouse talent who starred in a billion-dollar blockbuster like Sonic the Hedgehog 3, made her Sundance directorial debut with The Night Off, and is co-producing and starring in the new Amazon MGM rom-com in collaboration with Tyler Perry. Oh, and did we mention that she's also releasing her first children's book, I Got It From My Momma, and creating an animated podcast for kids. In today's episode, we're talking about storytelling, motherhood, ambition, and the creative fire that drives one of Hollywood's most inspiring voices. Get ready for this conversation, guys, because you do not want to miss it. Tika, thank you so much for coming. I've been waiting for this.
Oh my, I've been waiting for my phone call. Unfortunately, I was like, where's she gonna call me? And
you're like, when am I getting that call?
Girl!
You and Tyler both. Girl. I think I was getting a side eye from both of y'all for a while.
Kind of. I was like,
yeah.
Oh, so who's on Keep It Punk? Oh.
And I still haven't been. You're like, why am I not on?
I get it though. Sometimes you like, you know, with your friends, you're like, I don't, you know, you're busy. I'm trying to get it together. I'm figuring it out.
And I want to have it right when I call on certain people.
Girl, it's right.
Yes, and it's perfect. This is the perfect timing.
Perfect.
Yes. How are you?
I'm like bursting with joy right now, first of all, for you.
Oh,
because
thank you.
I have known you for a long time.
Yes. Yes.
You were, I mean, I'll tell the story. You were an extra on Stomp the Yard too,
yes,
right?
Yes.
And Will Packer produced it, and I was on it, and I just remember how, of course, you were with one of the leads. You know, they were like, "Where's the pretty girl?" Okay, her hair is cut, and I'm like, "Your hair is all cut," and I was like, "Well, she's pretty." And you were just so present and so not trying hard to be anything but who you were.
Yeah.
And I just always wanted to I was like, are you okay?
You were so sweet to me.
I don't know why I was gravitating toward you, but I do now. I just always saw like, there's something, such a good spirit there. And you're beautiful.
I love you.
Yeah.
You too.
Yeah,
no, dropped it. Like, same thing. I was like, you are stunning.
Thank you.
And I remember that and how kind you were to me in that moment. And then fast forward like 2 years later, you booked Candace on Have and Have Nots. And I walk up to you as I'm a PA at that time.
Yes.
This is like, I just started. I was a PA at the studio. And I remember walking up to you saying, hey, Tika, I don't know if you remember. And before I could even get you, like, Crystal, yes. Oh my God, girl. I was like, because you know, like you're an extra, and like some people, like you were a well-established actor at that time. So I was like,
I was still fresh and you know, but I'm nice to anybody.
Yeah,
but I'm nice to everybody.
You are.
I don't care what you can do for me. If your spirit is great, I'm like, I actually became really good friends with another extra on One Life Tour. She's my friend now.
Yes.
Like, but you're not just that.
Yeah.
You don't just go there to be an extra.
Right.
There's more in your world that's coming, obviously. So, but I don't care. It's like you're a good human. But the fact that we saw each other on Halves and you were, I can't believe you were a PA.
Yes.
I always feel like I remember you as the head of the department.
Yeah, no, I started at the bottom. now we here.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay.
PA.
Okay.
Yeah, I started there, and I remember just like it was just a breath of fresh air because you just sometimes you with actors and just this industry period, not even just actors, you don't know what you're going to get from one day to the next. Like
Yes.
y'all can be having a great conversation in one setting, and then you see them and they act like, oh,
Yeah, they like,
who are you?
who?
I'm sorry.
What conference?
What?
God. We talked about God.
We did.
Mm.
I don't know him. You be like, you don't.
Good luck.
They're like crazy.
Yeah. You're like,
what?
we literally had a deep. I was crying.
Literally, you don't remember.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So I've had instances like that, but to see you and then you like just embracing the way you did, just as a young Black woman still trying to figure it out and navigate this industry and find my footing and to see where I fit in.
Yeah.
It meant a lot.
Oh my
God. And then to have you as now is just years of friendship.
Oh my God. Years of friendship and like, I don't know. I'm just proud of you, and I'm so happy to be here, and I'm so happy to kiki with you and to like meet your whole crew and
yeah.
Girl, it ain't where you start.
It's not.
It's where you finish.
Yes.
And you're gonna keep going. So
yeah, I'm proud of you too. So I'm excited to have you on today because I want people to know more about you, just like your journey and where you are today and all the amazing things you've done.
Mm-hmm.
Your resume is outstanding.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Yes. So take us back to Queens, New York.
Oh my God.
Young Tika.
Little Tika.
Little Tika. I want to know like from the beginning.
I just honestly, like, I asked my mom, like, who was I? She was like, you were just observant, and I loved to go outside, stay outside till the light came on. Yeah. Literally, Tika! And it's like, I climbed trees. Like, there was this crazy blackberry tree in my friend's yard, which is so weird to have in, like, a concrete jungle.
Right.
But it was huge. We would climb it and just eat blackberries, and we would go to each other's houses, and, like, it was amazing. Like that block was like I lived there until I was like 10 years old. Mm-hmm. I remember everybody's name, you know, it was like Top Cat. Like it was all these like Nunu. You know what I mean? Like it was like all those names. Right. You're like, are those real names? Yeah, no, those are real names. Like, well, those fun names, you know what I mean? Like nicknames. Right. But like, yeah, I would hang out. I got into my first fight on the block.
Girl,
I didn't want to fight. It was a surprise jumping. And I was like, what's happening?
Wait,
like,
no, a jump.
Well, sort of. It was like I like came. My friend's like, Tika, come, and I was like, oh, okay. I'm like this little like, think of a little like 8-year-old, 9-year-old, like okay,
yeah, you know,
and I'm like, they're like, you gonna fight her? And I remember the girl's name. I ain't gonna say it. But they're like, you gonna fight her? And I was like, fight? Like fight? Gosh. I was like, I didn't fight.
Right. What? Initiation?
Girl, it's like a gangland.
Right.
You know, and so literally I had to fight this girl. And all I know is, I don't know if it was an angel or God. I don't know what it was. Yeah. I blacked out. And I ended up like taking her and swirling her around. It felt like a cartoon. Bloop, 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 bloop. And then I threw her into a thorn bush.
No.
And then she was like, I'm done. I don't want to fight you. Like, I was like, period. Period. Look, if young teens could say period, it'd be period. Please don't fight me.
Please, I didn't want to do this anyway.
And I went home. So, but like, that was my, like, it was like, I didn't fight every day, but that was my first fight.
Yeah.
So, but the block was so amazing. And yeah, and my house felt like we had a house, and then I looked at it recently online, and it's so tiny.
Isn't that crazy? I just went back to my hometown in November, and I was taking them. We were going to the house we lived in, and I was like, it felt so much bigger when I was a kid.
Girl,
you couldn't tell me that wasn't a mansion.
Girl, I thought I lived in a mansion.
Yes,
and it wasn't. It was not.
Same.
And I was like, that thing is so tiny, but it felt so mighty for me as a little girl. And for my mom and dad, you know, to buy a house during that time, which was not a lot of people were buying houses at a young age. And so that was my little time. And then I moved to Long Island when I was 10.
And they say that's not New York. When people are like,
girl, that's not New York. That's not where. Oh God, be quiet. I'm gonna look at the camera. Be quiet. Just be quiet. It's New York. Okay.
That is funny. Being in New York, I feel like it's a melting pot, and it's a place where you have access to so many things. So whatever it is that you want to do, there's something in that city that you can tap into to help build that character. What drew you to the arts, and was that something at a young age, or was it later on in life where you're like, this is what I want to do?
That's a good question. I remember in Queens on Saturday mornings watching like shows, like cartoons. I remember the Cosby Show. I remember A Different World. Like like all those things as a kid. And I just remember the one thought I do remember is I want to be in that thing.
Inside that thing. Yes, yes.
I don't know how. Like it was just a little planted seed. Like I remember that as a kid, that line. I want to be in there.
Wow.
And so that's all I had. Like there was no like wish, like, oh, I'm gonna do it, girl. Like let's go do the arts, Mom. I want to be in. What are they doing? Nothing. Like it was just that seed. I remember it was like a spirit of like, I want to be in there, because it was just like, you saw Rudy, you like saw all those things, and then when I went to Long Island, I don't know. I kind of it woke up more, and I don't know exactly why it woke up more, but it felt like more feasible, because by the time I was like 15, 16, working at a movie theater.
I worked at a movie theater.
You did?
Yes, in the summer. I was just a concession girl.
Girl, not just. We sold, girl. Girl, I upsold well.
Listen.
For $5 more, you can have this. Or $2 more, you can have this. Yes. Like, okay, sure, throw it in. Yeah, so I worked at a movie theater, and it felt like I was next to my dream.
Wow.
And I was able to make some money, go to New York on the Long Island Railroad on the weekends, take classes. Didn't know, I literally went to Barnes and Nobles and got a book on like how to become an actor. Because I didn't know.
Yeah,
I didn't, the information, there was no like internet. I don't even think there was an internet at that time.
Yeah, no, not when
back
in
1994. So ridiculous.
Like the Ice Age. You're like,
girl,
what? How long ago? It wasn't that long ago.
It wasn't that long ago, I know.
But it feels
the
like
kids make us feel it.
They do.
They're like, if you were born in 1985 or 1990, I'm like, girl, calm down.
Yeah, calm down. Okay? Because it definitely makes me feel old when I see those. I'm like, all right. Just missed it by a few years.
I know. I know.
Calm down.
I know. But yeah, no, so I would go to New York and kind of try to figure, I was just trying to figure it out. That's it. Like literally trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
So there was no real path. It was just, the path happened when I graduated high school and my mom moved to North Carolina, and she's like, are you coming? And I was like, no.
Wow.
I'm going to go to New York.
And I'm going to
go to school, and I'm going to try this other thing. Yeah. And I really thought I was going to go to school, become a publicist, and then figure out a way in.
Tika, get out of here. That was my...
Shut up!
That's my dream.
Is that you?
Was my dream. Yes. No, I went to college. I was a mass comm major with an emphasis in PR.
And you wanted to...
I wanted to be a publicist for athletes. Yeah, I wanted to
Wait a second.
You too?
But I like loved basketball at that time, like Michael Jordan. Like I loved basketball. I was like, I'm gonna somehow get in that world too.
Yeah.
I was all over the place, but I wanted to be in the arts. But the crazy thing is our paths.
Yes, and how
similar.
Very similar.
Yeah, but I didn't finish school.
Okay, so what happened? What was the
money?
What? Come on, let's keep it real.
Like I couldn't afford it. I was at a private. I don't know what I was thinking. I was at a private college, couldn't afford it. They basically were like, "You pay this bill, or your classes are dropped, and you have to leave." I was living in their apartments on Roosevelt Island. It was a doorman building. That's how private school. Like it was nice.
I was about to say, that's
girl.
Really nice.
It wasn't a dorm. It was an apartment with other people.
Yes.
And they were like, if you can't pay your bill, you have to leave. And I was like, Mom, hey. She's like, I don't have it.
Yeah.
And she's like, apply for loans or whatever. They're like, somehow I couldn't get it or whatever. And I basically left. And I was like, what am I gonna do? How can I get fast money? I was like dancing on a table, kidding.
Listen, she's like joking, nah.
I had to say it back. She went,
oh, really? Hey, listen, you gotta do what you gotta do. This is a safe.
It's a safe space. No, I know. You'd be like, Tika was dancing? Girl, no, but I was kidding. But no, I had to waitress. So like every actor.
Yes.
So I just started waitressing, and I was like, my actual real, my plan A, which was going to school, whatever.
Yeah.
But my real plan A actually was to act. So it was like, let's do it. Let's go.
This is it.
I literally got thrown in,
Wow.
like thrown out of school,
Yeah,
thrown into just the wild.
So what was your first role that you booked?
My first role that I booked, my first one. Okay, so I did two things.
Mhm.
I booked, like, I still have the videotapes. It's crazy. I have VHS tapes
Oh wow. Okay, we
in 1900.
right.
So I started doing these like after school special shows.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, and actually, there's this actress who's like working now who we used to do them together.
Yeah.
And then, I did a Curve commercial. Do you remember Curve perfume?
Yes, I
It's in
do.
Dwayne Reed now.
in the
Shout out to Curve.
drugstore.
I'm not trying to. If anybody
Curve
likes
was
Curve,
that thing.
it was a thing. So I was in a Curve
Yes.
commercial. I shot in New York City, and it was so cool. I was like,
Yeah.
this is so cool. So I
That
started.
was a big deal then.
Girl.
'Cause Curve was that girl.
It was the girl.
Yes.
I couldn't afford Curve.
Right.
So yeah, I shot a commercial, and then I started shooting more commercials, and then I got into voiceovers.
Okay.
And so yeah, that's how it all started.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
What was that like? How many from the quitting or getting kicked out of school, basically, like you got to go.
You got to go.
To busting tables to that first commercial? Like, what was that? Because a lot of people think like, oh, she just
No.
overnight.
This nothing about my journey is overnight.
Yeah. Right.
It was overnight for a long time. A long overnight. It's
Yes.
the longest overnight ever.
Right.
It was in and out, right? Because here's the thing about this entertainment industry. When you're first starting, especially, like, you still have to keep your job to pay your bills.
Tika, I be trying to tell these children today,
Yeah.
you have to work until you get there. You can't just.
No, and I
Yeah.
booked a commercial.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there was no, I can't quit. That's a one-off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and people think, oh, I got the thing.
Yeah.
No, you have to keep your job. I kept my job until I got one life to live, another job until I got one life to live.
Wow. How many years was that?
That was, oh my God. It feels like a blur. Honestly,
Yeah.
New York feels like a big blur in my
Really?
head. Because
Yeah.
it was like going between like struggling, but also making it
Yes.
in a way. Like, and I feel like making it is steps.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just one big thing. Like, people are like, when was your big break?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, big breaks are in pieces.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
When you book your first commercial, you're like, dude.
That was a.
And then I booked a cover girl voiceover. I did Rihanna's You've Got the Cover Girl commercial.
What?
Yes, when she was the cover girl.
Yes.
I did a ton of voiceovers, like a ton of voiceovers. And so it was like steps of like, okay, yeah, the industry's saying yes.
Yes.
But not fully.
Yeah.
You can't, I can't leave my job yet.
Right.
And so it was like, it was a validation that I'm
on the right path.
I'm on the right path.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a validation.
Sometimes you need that.
You need it. And I think what people need to know most is like again, like making it is steps. It's not just, some people do make it like that. I don't know. I always thought, and I thought I would be that one.
Yeah.
You know, you're shooting in New York and you're like, I'm going to walk by this set.
And they're like, wait, director, stop.
Stop.
Who is
Who is
that?
she?
Yeah. Stop.
Every time.
Who is that? Yeah.
Every time and I'd walk slowly. And I'd look outside. I'd look at the production like.
Walking past Law and Order, SU, you're like,
Is anybody out here gonna? No one? Because you hear these stories. I used to hear Natalie Portman was like picked out of a, whatever, and like all these people are picked out, and I was like,
have a football stadium, like somebody saw her on the jumbotron, find that girl. I'm like,
girl,
that is not my story.
That's not my story. That's not my story.
Right.
But I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
And that was okay. But so yeah, I mean, so I kept my job, and then actually I opened Soho House, the first
Really?
Soho House in New York.
Shout out Soho. Okay.
Yeah,
Are
it was
you
when
serious?
no one understood what
Soho House was.
or
Yeah.
a private members club.
Mm-hmm.
Now everybody knows,
It's a thing. Yeah.
and they were like, you have to be a member to get in,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like, people, I'm talking. Amazing people would walk in, and the lady would be like, "Sorry, are you a member?" And I'm like, do you know who that is? That's no, you have to let them in. She's
Right.
like, sorry, but you can apply to be a member, you know, and you're like, Oh my God. So I worked there for a while and I opened the first one and then I walked out and quit. And because I couldn't take, there was a lot of entitlement going on there that I couldn't take anymore. I mean, people are great. People are great, but also people aren't great.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. And then I booked, and then after that, I'm sorry, you can ask me any question you want. You can interrupt me.
Yeah, you can.
I'm just excited to be here.
No, I love it. This is good.
So yeah, and then I like literally walked out and I'm like having a New York moment, like crying down the street because I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. God, I've auditioned, I've done the commercials, I've done things here and there. Like I want to be part of this industry. Yeah. And I felt like it's been a minute, and the struggle feels long when you're in New York.
I struggled here in Atlanta, so I can imagine a New York struggle. The cost of living. Just like the life in New York. Yes.
Just it's rough. I mean, partying is fun. Like I did go out a lot in New York. That was fun. But what was not fun was like, when is this gonna happen? Yeah. Like, when is this dream actually gonna work? Right. You know, that was placed in my mind when I was such a little kid. Right. You know? And I'm walking down the street crying. A lady's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, ugh. I did have a boyfriend at the time. He was great. And he was a little older than me. And he was like, "Look, I got you." Aww. That was the first time that I had somebody to fall on in my life. To say, like, "I'll take care of you." Wow. But then, like, literally a week later, I booked One Life to Live. Literally one summer, they're like, you got the part, you know, for One Life to Live. And I was like, what? Yeah. So I was like, so you don't need to take care of me. I can take care of myself. I'm so independent. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, girl. But like, yeah, so that journey to even my first job was I would not change it for the world.
Same. Yeah, no, you can't. I think the moments that happen in between landing what we would say your first big job are so vital. Oh my God. Vital. Because they literally can like make or break you. And if it happens too fast, it can break you. But those little moments really build character. They build tenacity. Grit. Yes, and the grit. Yes.
The grit. I really do believe I can pivot. You ain't gonna catch me on my back foot. Yeah. And I can get out of this mud. Put me in any mud. Yeah. I'll get out of it. Because I've seen people go through worse. Yeah. And I've had my own journey of just like, okay, knocking on doors. Yeah. I mean, I knocked on a casting director's door after I went to the casting. This is me in New York. This is why I love being like naive sometimes too. Like when you're younger, you're like, why not me? Like literally my brain was like, why not? Yeah. So I went to an audition. I didn't get it, right?
Yeah.
I didn't,
but why didn't I get it?
Right. So I went to the audition and I was like, you know, I had braids in my hair and they were looking for like curly hair girls and whatever. Right. And so they were looking for you. Anyway, so I was like, I went in with my braids or whatever. And so I walked out, whatever. Do you know that day I went and took out my braids. And you know when your hair is crinkly.
Yes.
So I had crinkly hair.
Yeah.
I went the next day and knocked on the casting director's door. Hi. They were like, hi. I was like, I was here yesterday.
I'm back.
I was here. I'm back. You said you wanted curly hair.
Tika. No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
They were like, this is what you wanted, right?
This is what you wanted. Because you wanted me, I'm sure.
Right. You just wanted different hair. So here it is.
Here it is. Can you talk about out of your mind? She was like, oh, you're sweet. Oh. No, that unfortunately, thank you though. We found our person. Thank you. She was just like, and I was like, okay.
I just wanted to come back by and let you
know I'm
have
here.
You right into her again on any other projects. They were like,
what
is happening?
He's so green. Green means very new.
Yes.
But like, what?
Right.
What? Who does that?
Tika Sumpter.
Thank you.
Yes. Who does that? I love that about you though. And I feel like that is a part of your character of like having that why not me, that makes you have the confidence to go after the things that you want.
It's so true.
Mhm.
It's the why not me. It's the thing that won't let you sleep at night. Like, I
Yes.
gotta do this.
Yes.
Like, I have to do this.
Mhm.
There is no other option for me.
Right. Yeah.
I just don't see myself in any. Obviously, you grow and you do certain different things, and
Yeah.
you do. You're an actress, but you also have this, and
Yeah.
there are different things. But that ultimate dream of like
Mhm.
wanting to act
Yes.
is something that you cannot let go of.
No.
And I knew that in my spirit, deep in my soul. No matter
Yeah.
how many people got picked over me, And also, I was the girl. I remember Asia Naomi King.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, that's who it was.
Yeah.
So she used to say, I used to see you in auditions and castings. And she's like, you were so you wouldn't talk to anybody. Because, this is when you used to go into castings.
Yeah.
And like, there's a room and everybody walks in and everybody's like, hey girl, hey, how you, girl, and you're like, and she's like, you used to be so like this and not, it didn't matter who walked in the room.
Yeah.
That was me too. Like, I was like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to get it.
Yes.
And
wow.
She was like, I just admired you. You just, and I was like, you did? I said, I was.
Wow. She's beautiful. She's an incredible actor.
Incredible
Yes.
actress.
Love her. I love that. So was there ever a role that you auditioned for that you were like, I wanted that so bad? And then you see who got it. We don't have to say who got it, but you see who got it. You're like, I think
that is the life of an actor.
Yeah, you're like,
yeah. Oh my God. There are so many roles. Mm-hmm. Think of every role. Probably every role I didn't get, I probably wanted
bad. Yeah.
Bad. And I'm talking about like, okay, let me make this look like, let me make this look like a slave cabin. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm gonna get the lighting, like, let me make this look like, no, seriously.
Like, I'm gonna give y'all, I'm taking these braids out, I'm gonna give you slave.
I'm gonna give it to you, and I'm gonna do this. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
We're gonna do this.
So you're that actor that's going.
I'm like, I'm gonna get this. Mm-hmm. I mean, every audition I ever have done, I put my all in. Mm-hmm. Not really. Sometimes I'm like, I don't even want to do this. Sometimes, but
yeah, you do get those. Your agent sends you stuff, and you're like,
you see what I've done.
Yeah.
You see if I can or can't.
You know if you want me or not. Come on. Yeah. You're like,
you just want me to beg,
right? Sometimes that is what they want. Yeah.
Yeah. No. But. Yeah, I think that there are so many auditions that I haven't gotten that I've wanted. But I literally believe what is for me really is for me.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Every time I've missed out on something and whatever happened with that thing, I'm like, that's why. Mm-hmm. That's why.
Baby, yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Or every time I think I missed out on something, I'm like,
oh, thank God. Because there's some shows that I had auditioned for and I'm like, dang, I really wanted that. And then the show ain't here.
It ain't here.
Like, cancel at the first season. Like, guys, like, I'm protecting you. I'm trying to let you know what I have for you is for you, and it's gonna have some longevity to it. So just hold on.
Just hold on.
Yes.
Just relax.
Yeah.
And that reminds me of like when Tyler Perry.
Tyler Perry. Yes.
He always is like, you didn't want to do the hay.
I heard that. I heard that. Yeah,
and I'm like, that's not true.
I heard that Oprah had to call you.
She did call me, and she's like, I don't do this. I was like, okay,
Yes.
But ultimately I did. But I have the audition tape still.
Really?
For Candace. Wow. Yeah, I still have the audition tape, and I'm like, I put the audition in. What do you mean I didn't want to do it?
Yeah.
I don't remember. I guess when it was offered, then I was like, oh, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. But I did it, and I'm so glad I did.
Yeah.
Because it connected the dots in so many different ways. Not only because the fans are incredible.
Oh, my goodness.
But because, obviously we do business with Tyler.
Yes.
He's a friend. He's he's all these things. He's a big brother. Yeah. And so it's just nice to like, wow, if I didn't take it or if I didn't do the thing, there's so many reactive things that might have not happened.
Yes.
So I really do believe what is for you really is for you.
Yes. Let's talk about a full circle moment with you and Tyler.
Yeah.
You co-wrote and co-produced Sisters in Italy.
Yes.
Is that the name that you guys are sticking with, or is it still untitled?
Tyler said Sisters in Italy. I'm like, okay.
You said, well,
I guess Sisters in Italy. I don't know. At first first it was called Sis, like hey sis, like
Yeah.
SIS.
Oh, it's cute. I
Yeah,
like
isn't it
that.
cute?
Yes.
But then it was like they're like, no, he's like, we got to change to something else. So right now it's Sisters in Italy,
Okay.
unless it turns into something else. But yeah,
That's crazy.
Full circle
How did
moment.
that come about? Even just from the, did you decide like I want to write a story about sisters? How did that come about?
So the initial idea came from me in terms of I wanted to write something. I am a middle child, and sometimes I feel like the world's on my shoulders in my family. And I was like, I wanted to write something where it's also fun and wanderlust while dealing with like depth, like travel, and but also, you know, two sisters who can't agree on anything after their mom dies and leaves them in Italy. And one is kind of just all over the place.
Which is Brescia.
Shout out
Brescia Webb.
Shout out Brescia.
Love her.
And the other one is me. And it's this idea that you can be raised in the same household, but have two very different outcomes.
That's so good, yeah.
And so it's like we either figure it out in Italy or we don't. And so and then I brought on a writer, my friend Kimiando Catuno, to help me co-write and kind of re-establish some things and rework it. And we did it together. And then I had it, and I had it, and then it didn't work out. I had it for some years, and I was like, okay, because you don't want to call your friends.
Exactly.
You just
don't call your friends like, hey, come do my podcast.
Yeah. You don't want to call your friends. I get not really.
But no, it's totally different.
It's
totally different.
To ask somebody to do a movie
that's different. Yeah.
And so I called him and I was like, look, can I send this to you? He was like, yeah. He called me like within the week. He's like, I love it.
Shout out T. That is him.
I love it.
Yeah.
Let me make some phone calls.
And that's how you make the phone call.
Child, I was doing something here in Atlanta. I walked out of a coffee shop. I get a phone call from T. He's like, we're doing it. Amazon wants to do it. Just like that.
Just like that.
I fall on my knees and I just like screaming. People are like, Tika, are you okay?
Now it's like you're in the middle of the street.
Yeah,
it's
I'm in the middle.
totally different from New York in the street crying.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my like, are you serious? And so I had that moment and I was just like, wow, something that I created and is being put on the big screen.
Yeah.
And it's different for him because he's never directed anything that
he didn't write.
He didn't write.
Do everything because Tyler's the writer, creator, producer, director, the things, all the things. Bing bop, boom bop, boom bop, bam.
And like, I'm like, I was, and he was like, okay, so we are gonna do this, and he told me the month. He was like, I was like,
you're like, this is happening. Whoa.
I was like, why can't everything happen like this?
I know. That's the power of Tyler Perry, man. That man, he can push the needle and move it fast.
So that was a full circle moment for me.
Beautiful. I actually got to come on set this, oh my gosh, and we do Italy every summer. So to see Italy, darling.
We do Italy every summer. So I got to come on set.
So I got to come on the set and he's like, go outside. It looks like just like Portofino. And I was like, darling.
Yeah.
What is this, Atlanta or Portofino? Like he literally, I was like, I felt like I was in Italy. Like it was so cool. But then you actually got to go to Chicatera. Where else? Did you guys shoot it in Chicatera?
Yes.
So we hike there every summer.
Okay.
So that is one of the most picturesque little towns I've ever seen in my life.
I said, y'all about to be overrun.
Ma'am.
Because when this movie come out, everybody gonna want to go there.
No. It's so beautiful.
The fact that they built a replica of where we went.
Yeah.
Literally, I went and cried. Like, he was like, I want you to come see it and see what you think. I was like, I just started crying.
Yeah.
I was like, this is not real.
Yes. Yes.
He's like, it's real. It's your dream.
Yeah. Oh.
Ma'am, it's your dream.
You're going to make me cry. Yeah.
And I was like,
because that's him.
That's him.
Yeah.
And then when we went there, I was like,
this is that. Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah.
This is it.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, happy.
Yes.
Like, all right. He's like, this is your thing. This is your thing, Tika. And from the producing standpoint, there's music in it that Brescia sings. I had to be in the studio with her, picking he's like, your thing. Your thing. Like, this is your movie, Tika. He's like, I'm in charge of the directing stuff. Like, he's like, but I want you can, I was like, he's like, this is, what do you want? I tell
Wow.
everybody go to you. And I was like,
Isn't that beautiful to have a black man, the giant that Tyler is, say, it's in your hands. I'm giving you, this is you. I'm not, because most people try to come, a lot, even studios, they'll come in and you'll have this amazing idea.
And
then by the end of the, you're like,
your idea.
This was not what
This is not what we started with.
Yes. Yeah. Wow.
You know, and I don't mind being flexible and, you know,
Yeah.
you got to be flexible, but he is a person who, when he says he's going to do it, he does it.
Yeah.
And he does it in a good manner of time. It's not like, let's do this for 5 years.
Yeah. No.
10 years.
He gets it done.
He gets it done.
Yeah.
And so I'm really excited for everybody to see it. And, I'm just really excited that it happened. Like, I did it.
I better get an invite to the premiere, is all I'm saying.
Of course.
Darling. I have to see it.
Yes,
I cannot.
You will be at the premiere.
Yes. And maybe a few like screenings. You know how you like send it like before it comes out?
Oh, you know you.
Yeah, I need that exclusive.
You got that exclusive.
Sneak peek.
Yeah, I like it.
Wow.
Girl, you know you will be.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So Tyler has been a part of your life
for a long time.
For a long time, and for a lot of amazing monuments and milestones in your life.
Yes.
Speaking of, you met your husband I remember it was the rap party. I'm sure it already kind of been happening, but I remember I said,
you were like, oh,
I said, there's something going on here.
I know, and she's sitting next to him a little too long.
Yeah.
Y'all
they look too
close.
friendly.
I was like, it's not like, let's just ask,
It was not.
It wasn't.
Not,
we weren't giving private. It was like, we're not together. Like,
at all. It was like, we go together real bad.
Real bad. I know.
And like 2 weeks later.
I know.
So, I think you made a comment the next day, like, girl, so, yeah, what you saw is what you saw.
What happened, happened.
So we know Tyler has this big thing, like, where he doesn't really like for actors to date because sometimes it can cause, like,
messy
issues. How did that happen? Like, what was it like? Was it the moment you saw him? You were like, oh, Officer, what's his name? Officer Justin?
Officer Justin.
Justin.
How is that man my husband? So crazy. It's so crazy to me. Yeah, no, another insert of Tyler Perry.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like, my butt. Always looking at somebody. Like, maybe?
Right. That's me now.
Maybe?
Is there a future there?
I know, you're like,
at this age, I'm like, is that my husband or no?
Yeah. Or is it just a few nights? No, I'm kidding. I'm not kidding.
Not kidding.
Yeah, no, I saw Nick. He was in the makeup room with Gavin Houston, and there was a few other people there, and I had my dog with me.
Yes.
And I passed the makeup Lola, who I had before everybody.
Yes.
And I passed the makeup room, and I went, oh.
Yeah.
And I went in, I was like, hey, everybody. And then Nick's standing there, and he's like, oh, what's your dog's name? I'm like, Lola.
But I'm Tika.
Yeah, no. And then he goes, is it a girl or a boy? And I go, Lola. He was like, I was so nervous talking to you.
He's like, so is it a guy or girl? He probably wanted to hear it. Oh, the dog's name is Lola. It's definitely a girl. He missed all of that.
He missed it. And then I walked out the room, and I go, no, I'm not dating any actors. I'm done. I'm not doing any actors. No, I'm not going to do it. And then our first scene, which is on tape, somebody sent it to me the other day. That was our very first scene. It was the end of the day. He made me laugh so hard.
Wow.
And he was so cute. And I was like, maybe.
Wow.
And then, of course, Tika, I talk about myself this way. Tika goes and she's like, oh, if you guys ever go out or anything, here's my number. Just call me. I'll come with you guys. What the hell?
Right.
What the heck?
Tika don't do that.
What the hell? And he didn't call me.
Really?
He thought I was married. I go, what? Why would I give you my number?
Right.
He was like, I don't know. I just got like, no way. There's no way you could be single. You know, and I thought you like, whatever. Okay. So then we went to Tyler Lepley's birthday at an all black club.
Nick at an all black club.
Nick was at an all black club with another guy who worked on the show who was white too.
Mm-hmm.
And Nick was just like,
Cool.
cool. And I was like, are you okay?
Do you need anything? Are you fine? Good. Is everything
Do you
okay?
need anything?
Yeah.
Are you sure you're good? And he's like, why wouldn't I be good?
I'm good.
Like,
You're
what's
married.
the-
Why are you asking
what-
all these questions?
What's the problem?
Right.
I'm like, no, I just want to make sure you feel
Yeah.
comfortable. Like he's
Oh
like,
my God.
no, I'm good. Girl, go sit down. Like, what are you doing? And I think that was my nervousness. Like, I was like, and then his friend had to tell him,
I think
she
she
likes
likes
you.
you. He's probably like, what?
He's like, he literally said, what? No way. And he's like, she likes you.
Oh man.
And then that night,
he was like, okay, let me.
and then that night was history. We sealed the deal.
I love
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Now you have a beautiful daughter.
Beautiful daughter.
You had it. Oh my gosh, your wedding was absolutely stunning.
Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh,
Thank you
that
so
was a
much.
good time.
That was so fun.
We danced. My feet hurt like for 2 days afterwards. We danced for so.
We had so much fun. I'm
Yeah.
so glad everybody came early
Yes.
so that we could hang out. We got
Mhm.
to kiki in the pool and
Yes.
just talk and just see your face. And
Mhm.
Tyler showed up for me in so
Yes.
many ways that people have no idea about.
That's him.
That he's just,
Yeah.
I'm like, just always standing. You know, my dad died when I was younger,
Yeah.
and he's like, I'm standing in the gap for him.
Yeah. Mm.
And I was like, I'm like bawling, like just
Yeah.
so many things that
Mhm.
he does that nobody knows about.
Yeah.
And he's just, I don't care what y'all say. I
Mhm.
don't care what anybody say.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this man
Yeah.
stands in the gap for so many people. You have no
Yes.
idea.
Seriously.
And so, yeah, it was an amazing wedding.
Yeah.
And I still got my man.
You still got
He's
your
a
man.
pain in my back.
Well, that's what I want to ask you because you know a lot of Black women,
Mm.
we try to like stick to our brothers. We you know what I'm
Yes.
saying we leave hope for them.
Yes.
At what moment were you like, I'm gonna try this? Was that your first?
No.
Okay.
No, but
Okay.
I've tried, you know, I sound like a hoe. Like, I've tried it all. Oh my God.
All the
Oh
flavors.
my God. I got, what is that song? I got white boy and Rasta. You beat me, Baza Lasta. You know, he's like, Jesus. No, I mean, I've had, like, I've lived, you
Yeah.
know? I mean, I'm 44 years old. And so I love Black men.
Yeah, for sure.
And I've dated Black men,
Mhm.
and I've wanted to be with Black men.
Yes.
And my daddy was Black. You know,
Mhm.
my mama's Black.
Your
you
brother
know, my
that you
brother,
love,
my
yeah.
uncle,
Mhm.
Black.
Yes.
Like, and I've dated, you know, people that I just get along. Like,
Yeah. You don't see colors.
I see you, but I'm like, I'm like, you're just fine.
Yeah.
And you're smart and you're
Yes.
funny.
Mhm.
And to me, it's not this.
Yeah.
It's just, how do you treat me?
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, how do you love me? Whether it's for a long time or not. It's like,
Yeah.
how do we get along?
Yeah.
Do I like talking to you?
Right.
You know, and one day when I'm 89, I will write a book.
Yeah. No, that-
I will write a book. Okay?
okay.
And
Please tell
I'll
all.
tell all before I croak. Good luck in life.
Right. Literally.
Literally.
This is how I live.
But
love
no,
it.
I just, there's not like a thing where I'm
Yeah.
like, I want to date a white man. I think people
Right.
feel like, oh, you know,
Yeah. And I feel like a lot of women, sometimes they get to that point where like, let me just try something different.
just trying
Just
it.
try. Yeah.
I mean, look at the numbers. I mean,
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
You got, whether it's white, whether it's Asian, whether it's Indian, whatever it looks
Mhm.
like, you just
Yeah.
gotta try.
Yeah.
And as long as they treat you good,
Mhm.
and as long as finding love is hard.
It is hard.
No matter what color you
Ma'am. Talk
are.
about
Keeping
it.
love is
Yes.
even harder.
Yes. I want to ask you about that because you're dealing with two different upbringings, two different temperaments. How was that adjusting? And like, even I know Nick and I've talked, you know, like in the very beginning, he was like, I said, like, how do I, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, this is a sister here. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, you know what I'm saying? The family comes with everything.
Woo!
Yeah.
And that was what I did do is I got into therapy
Mhm.
because I thought he was the problem. But then Amira was held up and it was like,
Uh-oh.
oh girl,
Yeah.
you're not that cute right now. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of things I had to deal with,
Yeah.
including boundaries for everybody,
Yeah.
including what I will accept
Mm-hmm.
from family or not, and
Yeah.
including making this new family.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like then when you have a child, that's a whole
Yeah.
other thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we grew up very differently.
Yes.
Where his parents, there was no like, they don't rely on him for anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he
Yeah.
did. That's just not how he grew up.
Yes.
And so understanding, not that my mom relied on me, but I was like, I made it.
I got you.
I got you.
And your mama will be right there with you.
Child, she complained the other day, well, I don't go nowhere no more with you.
Oh.
You know, and I was like, that's because it's like I gotta take care of you for real. Like you're like, I want pasta and lobster.
No, yeah, you figured right.
I got a black girl on the roster. She's my Tika, and she would eat pasta. I'm like, girl, come on, like sit down.
Yes,
but
yeah, it's a difference, especially when you have your own family.
It's a big difference.
Yeah.
It's a big difference when you have your own family, and then yeah, and so you just have to learn to set boundaries, and marriage is not easy. You know, and I know people are gonna be like, it's easy if it's good, you know, and I'm like, it's good. We love each other. It's just you go through constant changes and constant fixes and constant like, you know, and then change with your child, and there's just so many dynamics in a household.
Yes.
And so to hold it all together is like it's a lot.
Yeah.
You know, and then having time for yourself. But he's an amazing dad.
Yeah.
And he treats me well and more than well. And we are building our lives and continuing to build our lives and happily.
It's a beautiful life.
Thank you.
Yeah, it really is.
Thank you.
I love that. And you have a beautiful daughter, Ella.
Thank you.
You created The Adventures of Curiosity Cove, and then you have a new book. I get it from my mama. And Ella inspired this.
Yeah.
And I heard you say earlier that one of your first gigs was doing like after school like videos. So I feel like the Curiosity Cove kind of ties back into what you were doing in the very beginning.
It's so crazy.
Isn't that crazy? It's
so crazy how, and I was doing cartoons too, voiceovers.
Yes.
So it's crazy how it all melds together. We started Adventures of Curiosity Cove, AOCC, if you can't remember Adventures of Curiosity Cove. Because Ella, when she was younger, like 3, 4, she would ask us to tell her stories off the top, like off the dome. Like,
don't read
like
the
we
book. Tell me a story.
Tell me a story. Like I was like,
give me a hot 16.
Yeah. So there was this girl, right? And she lived down. You know, it's like I had to tell these stories, and then she's like, another one. I was like, another one. I was like, girl, I don't have
storytelling.
I'm exhausted.
Yes.
And so we were like, when she got older. She started getting into kids' podcasts. Yeah. She'd be like, Mom, can you turn on my podcast? You know, we were in the car or she was in the bath. And I was like, oh, you love podcasts. Storying. We tell stories. Why don't we create something that would be amazing that we think we can do really well into a podcast? And so we created Adventures of Curiosity Cove, which is about emotional intelligence. And this little, one of the stories in there or series is Ella the Curious, this little 3rd grader, kind of her coming of age story in 3rd grade, and then a bunch of other one-offs. But and then out of that, I created you know, I got it from my mama with Ella on the cover. So it all worked together.
Yes, it's beautiful. I actually read it this morning, and it's such a cute book. And I love how she, like children do, they often imitate everything they see.
Yes.
And there was a morning you're making the pancakes, and she spilled the batter trying to get the cinnamon.
Yes.
And you like, just leave, please leave.
Yeah.
And then she did the same thing to the kid at school. And I loved how the emotional awareness, where you're teaching her how to apologize, and then she in turn does the same thing with the kid at school.
Yeah.
That was so good. I was like, wow.
Yeah, it's like we think, you know, we love to talk about how kids are all the best things that kids have about us, you know? And I think sometimes we don't talk about the challenging things and the things that they mirror.
Yes.
Right? And so I wanted to give parents a pass to say we all mess, like I wanted to show them we mess up.
Yes.
We all mess up. And the mom had to actually apologize to the kid. I didn't realize how much apologizing I've had to do as a mom.
Wow.
To a child.
To a child, yeah.
And I always, people, you know, some people are like, some people think they'll lose their power. And I'm like, I am giving her the best power ever because she has a voice.
Yes. Come on.
You know, we talk about we want our kids to have voices when they get older. If they don't have it when they're younger, it's going to be hard to find when they're older.
So true. Yeah.
So I just tried to create that world, and I want parents and kids to have fun reading. I love when it's fun for me to watch something with my child. When it's not, it's like, oh my God, I'm gonna fall asleep.
Yeah.
You know, or read something and I'm like, not that book. Please not that book. Please not that book again. I don't want to read it. Please, Mama, please read it. And I'm like, I don't want to read it. You read it.
Right, read to me.
You read to me. You know. So yeah, so Ella loves it, and I hope, you know, other families do too.
Yes, you're also a part of the Sonic Hedgehog franchise.
Yes.
And you're one of the few Black women that are a part of a $1 billion franchise. What does that feel like?
Say that again, child.
One of the few, let me give it to you better. One of the few African American women that are part of a $1 billion franchise.
Okay.
Baby.
Girl. A blessing.
A blessing.
A blessing.
Yeah.
And what I love about Paramount, what they did was, even when I came in to read for it, it wasn't a normal audition.
Really?
No. It was, I walked in a room in a hotel with almost everybody from Paramount. Like, everybody.
Wow.
At this long table. And James Marsden was sitting there, and there were recording tapes here. I didn't know who any of these people were.
Yeah.
I didn't even know who the cast. I didn't know who anyone was. I just walked in and I was kind of like, they're like, here, sit here. Here's your script. And I was like, okay. And we had a whole read through in front of everybody who was part of this thing.
Wow.
And then they were like, okay, great, thank you. And I was like, okay, bye. I was trying, okay, bye. I don't know what's happening.
Right.
And then they called and they were like, they'd love for you to be part of it. That was it.
Wow. That was it.
That was it. It went from knocking on the door, this is curly hair. You want me to, yeah, we want you.
This is what we want, yes.
We want you. And so, and writers, our director, our cast, our crew, our producers, they have treated me like gold.
That's good.
They have made me feel amazing. Like an actress should feel.
Yes.
Like when she's part of something that is making the company a lot. You know, and I'm just proud to be part of a franchise. Not everybody gets to do that. So
that's so true. I'm proud of you.
Thank you, Boo.
That is amazing. Now, did Ella get to watch that?
Oh my God.
And hear your voice? Did you say, hey, I'm in this movie, or did you just let her be like, wait, is that you?
No, so she saw the first one when she was like 3.
Okay.
Or 4. And that's the first movie she sat through and was like, and I had to like fall out of a building, and she's like, I don't like that part, Mama.
Oh.
But she's like, I love Sonic. And now she's like, because she'll be like, sometimes she's like, Mom, I don't want you to leave. Like, you know, she's like, we said something the other day. I go, you don't want me to be an actress anymore? She goes, no, you have to be in the Sonic movies. Like, I don't care what else you do.
Right.
But the Sonic movies, you got to keep that going.
You got to keep that going.
But yeah, no, she's obsessed. She's obsessed, and she loves video games, and she loves like that whole world. So I took her to the headquarters of Sega in Burbank, and she was just, it was fun. So I'm like super proud. That's the one thing that she can watch that I'm in, you know? And, so yeah.
You're right.
The haves and the have-nots.
Baby, she is not watching. She's like, Mom. She'd be like, Mom, I don't like when you act like that Candace character.
No, she'll be like, sometimes it's you. No.
We got to see some similarities.
Yeah, she's like, mirror. Hi. Yeah.
That is funny. What is next for Tika Sumpter?
What is next? Ooh, that's a good question. I think I have so many things in the pipeline. I'm kind of like you. Like I'm into building. I never want to be only relying on a system that easily throws people out. Yeah. Right? And so I am building my company, Fort Sumpter, you know, media to content to, you know, content to product and through the world of women at the center, moms at the center. And yeah, there's a lot of things coming up. Right now it's the book. There's some great podcast stuff coming up once the contracts are signed. Yes. Yes. And Watson, I play. Yes. Yes, Morris Chestnut.
I love his new show.
Love
so
interest.
Good. Okay. Ew. Shout out more.
Yeah, on Watson. So I'm excited about that. That's coming up. There's a 2-part finale that I'm in May, and then yeah, Survival of the Thickest is out. I play the love interest.
I
of
just started watching that yesterday while I was getting my hair braided. So
Isn't
that
it
show is
good?
funny.
It's funny.
It's so
It's
good.
really funny. Michelle Buteau is
Yes.
the creator. She's amazing and funny. Tasha Smith, Tony
Yes,
Bell, like I said.
Yeah.
So that, and then there's a few other things that are in the works. So
Love
I mean,
it.
there's always gonna.
We're gonna
People
keep
are
a
like, you got
lookout.
50 million, 11 jobs.
And do.
And do.
Yes, we had to. And that's another thing. People think once you like reach success that it's easy. No, you have to keep building from that place. It doesn't stop.
You keep, and you just. I feel like your dream grows in a different way.
It does.
Right? Like you don't have a one-stop shop, like it's
Yeah.
done. It's like, oh, I want to stretch myself here.
Yes.
And that's for me where I'm at. I'm like, I want to do this.
Yeah.
You know, so.
I love that for you. I remember you called me one day. I think it was right after I got the soccer team. You were like, girl.
I said, girl,
What you do?
a soccer team? Okay, keep it positive, sweetie. I was like, you're part of a soccer team.
Yeah.
And I love that though.
But I love that we can call each other and like have, hey girl, how can I get it? You know, these are conversations that we have and like podcasting. Like, how did you do this? Like knowing that you have a girlfriend that you can call and the same, I can call you and like, Tika, I'm trying to do this. Give me some guidelines. Like,
yes.
Yeah.
Anytime, like, and that's what we need to do, share information. Because information is power.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And so I was so proud when I read that you did that. You bought, you're part of this soccer franchise, and I was just like,
you're like, girl,
girl, you got a journal, you got merch, you know what I mean?
Merch,
yeah, merch. So yeah, I'm just really proud of you. But again, the dream just grows in a different way while you continue to do the thing that you've always wanted to do. So that's me.
Exactly. I love that. I remember you said, you just said something about being part of an industry that can just throw you away. And that was like after we came at strike, and I told you that too. I said, girl, after that strike, I said, I can't depend on this because it's easy to like have all this money coming in because acting pays the bills, you know, especially when you're on a show that goes for as long as our shows have gone.
Yours is on 9 years.
9 seasons. Isn't that crazy? Just
9
baby,
seasons.
9 seasons.
That's a long time.
Yeah, most shows normally stop around 5 or 6.
5 or 6, if you're lucky.
Big if.
That's not normal.
No.
That's Law and Order.
Yep, exactly.
Like Law and Order is like 20.
Crazy.
That's probably the
like
only
Grey's
one.
Anatomy too.
Grey's Anatomy. Like it's very rare.
Very rare.
So, girl, keep your job,
baby, and keep working. But you have to
build.
To people. You have to keep building because they think like, oh, this is just the one thing I'm going after. You have to build from that.
You build from it, and that what I love about today is literally you can start right now.
Yes.
It doesn't have to look pretty.
Nope.
It could be what it is until you grow.
Yes.
Like if you want to do something, literally you can. Yeah. And there's so much access now and information.
So much.
And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do everything.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And do it well. But like you're just, I don't know. I think you are a complete inspiration to so many and to all your friends.
Thank you.
And it made me be like, let me get up. Let me stop watching this show. Get up and go. Let me write my book.
Write my own show.
Yeah, like just do exactly writing. So I'm doing that too. Just writing and creating and like ownership.
Yes.
That is so important.
And we were talking before we started filming about Tyler was the one that really kind of showed us what real ownership
looks like,
and for us what it looked like and how, because we don't see a lot of people in those positions, or to know that, hey, no, you should be doing this too, and this is how you need to set up your deals, and when you do your contracts you should be asking for this. And there were so many things like afterwards they're like, why is this not already taken care of? I'm like, oh, I didn't know. No, ask for that.
Ask for it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, when you can call somebody who's in a position of power. Can I just tell you something? I go in every room now and I say, I can tell who doesn't have power and who does.
Yes.
And I say, I have seen real power move. Like real power.
Yes.
Not middleman energy. Real power.
Who she sound like? Ashana. Ashana be like, yeah, this ain't
it.
Where's the
real?
She sounds just like you.
Okay?
Yes.
Okay, because I'm not playing with y'all.
Yes.
I need somebody who can make decisions and who can make it happen. So every time even now, like people think, again, when you're in these positions that you don't get roadblocks.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't get people saying, well, no, you got to go. This is the route how it normally happens.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, but how else can we get around normally?
Mm-hmm.
And,
How else can we get? I like that.
and
Because I'm not a normal girl. Because
why does it have to be normal?
Yes.
Like, let's knock that over.
groundbreaking things, yeah.
Yeah, and then also give me the people who can make real like who has a yes or no.
Yes.
You
That's
know?
it. Yeah.
And I've seen it so many times, and very few have it in the industry.
Yeah.
Very few have it.
Right.
And Tyler's one of them.
Yeah. He for sure.
One of them.
How lucky are we?
To be blessed by God. Sorry, I break out in song sometimes. You don't know.
Tika, you are absolutely amazing. Before we close out, we do what is called our positive outcomes listener letter. This is where our listeners write in, ask us a question, and we give them advice. You down?
I'm down for whatever you need.
All right, let's do it. This one comes from Jennifer O'Neill. And she says, how do you give a man who you're dating, potential husband, we just talked about that, to get his finances, profession, and life in order so we can experience a life together?
Oh,
That's tough.
wait. How do you? Let me understand this question.
Yeah.
Basically, how do you get your man in order before you get married?
Yeah, or how do you give him the time to get his life in order? Like, you have someone that you feel could be your husband, but he needs to get his finances, profession, and life in order so that you guys can experience the life. Basically, I know what you're saying, girl. Jennifer, you're saying you want him to be able to experience the life that you want.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, you feel like you're in a position, and the person that you're dating may not be able
to meet you there.
Yeah.
First of all, she has to understand he may never
be
at her position. And is that okay?
Yes, you have to be okay with that.
Ask yourself, are you really okay with it?
Yeah.
Because
that's real.
That's a real question.
Yes.
And it's valid.
And it is. And if that's not your thing, if it's a no, that's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
But if you want to help him try to grow, then maybe you can help connect dots. Maybe he's not that great at organization or whatever that is to get his flow going, whatever that is, finances or career. Maybe you can help him connect the dots.
Yeah.
Because you also don't want to feel like you're putting more rocks in your backpack. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. Yeah.
And so there's a happy medium of feeling like, here are the things that I can help you with to get you on your way, but you have to get on your way.
You have to do, yes. And I think that's the point of having a partner.
That's it.
Having someone like, we all have different strengths and weaknesses.
There we go.
And then if you pair together, like, okay, wait, you really are a go-getter. You just need the right tools.
There we go.
Well, I got this. Let's connect and build this thing together.
Here's some tools from my toolbox.
Yeah.
But I don't want to have to give you everything.
I need to see what you can do on your own as well. Yeah. Jennifer, that's so good, Tika.
That's good. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that was great. So we're going to play a quick game of this or that.
Okay.
Well, I think I know this one. Well, maybe you like both of them. So, coffee date or wine night?
Oh. Ooh.
Right.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
I know this is a quick game, but why are people so against going on a coffee date?
Well, I don't drink coffee.
Well, tea.
Yeah, I'll do tea if somebody asks.
Will you go on a date?
Absolutely. Oh, a date? Yeah, absolutely.
Well, you look down, so I feel like you won't.
I would, yeah.
Okay.
But I love wine.
Okay. Oh, no, but I'm saying, like, some people are like, that's cheap.
No,
I've heard girls
I don't
say that.
think that. Yeah.
I'm like, that's a great way to leave early if you aren't into it.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. I was like confused.
No, I love that. It's great for like really just no pressure. I feel like coffee dates are no pressure.
And dinner is long if you're not into it.
And then you got the pressure of him like, so what you doing late? I'm going home.
I'm leaving.
Bye.
Yeah. Okay. So I like wine.
Me too.
Let's do a wine thing.
All right, wine date.
I get a little like wine though. So like,
yeah, right. It's different. It's different attitudes or experiences you're gonna get.
I feel like
coffee's
wine.
Like,
yeah.
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Wine's like yeah. So
what's going on?
Yeah. What's going on?
That's a third, fourth date.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So we'll stick to the coffee for the beginning. Netflix binge or spontaneous road trip?
Ooh, spontaneous road trip.
Yes. Beach vacation or mountain escape?
Oh, I love a beach vacation.
Me too. I'm a water baby.
Me too.
I love water.
It depends if the ocean is calm.
Yeah. So Cabo water, no, but you
Cabo.
No.
We got to save somebody.
Listen, you give me that Mediterranean water.
Give me that Bahamas water.
that clear water I can see for miles and miles away. Yeah, give me that water. Dressing up in heels or chilling in hoodies?
Hoodies.
Me too. Oh, gosh.
Girl, I
My
can't.
favorite.
Look at me. I know you going somewhere.
And I'm about to be right in some sneakers.
I was like, this is cute.
Yes, you're always cute, girl. It don't matter what you put on.
Thank you.
Staying in face mask or dancing all night?
Face mask.
Like facials.
Dancing all night.
Yeah, that's a good time. Spicy tacos or sweet cupcakes?
Spicy tacos.
Texting all day or deep late night calls?
Deep late night calls. If I'm calling you, that's a problem. We need to be together.
Yeah, I know that's right. Oh, this is good. Rom-com movie or true crime documentary?
Rom-com movie.
Yes. Sharing secrets or keeping it mysterious?
Mystery is not fun after the first time around.
Right.
I've had mystery. No, thank you.
You know they.
No mystery. What is it? What's the first one?
Sharing secrets or keeping it mysterious?
Sharing secrets.
Yeah, I love that. And then matching tattoos or matching outfits?
Tattoos.
Do you have any tattoos?
Yes, girl.
Oh, I know.
You can't see them now.
So if you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
Tika, this has been. I knew this was going to be a great episode. I love
Thank
you.
you. I love you more.
Thank you for coming
really do love
by.
you.
I'm proud of everything you have going
Thank
on.
you.
Seriously, guys, make sure you go get her book. Check out Adventures of Curiosity Cove and all the amazing things. We'll let you guys know when her movie's coming out. We're definitely going to support you and everything you have going on. Make sure you guys follow Tika at Tika Sumpter. That's your Instagram?
Yeah, at Tika Sumpter is my Instagram.
At Tika Sumpter. Follow her because you've been doing better on posting.
Girl,
I'm proud of you. Yes. I'm very proud of you.
Girl, I need help on TikTok though, because
I got you.
you know how many followers I have on TikTok?
How many?
First of all, I don't even think they think it's me.
They're like, this ain't Tika.
This ain't Tika, because she has 356 followers.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely not you. Okay, we'll talk offline about that.
Can you guys help me?
Yeah.
And not only
you.
that, other people have more than me of me. They're acting like me.
Oh, my God.
And they're doing they did the that challenge, the Boys to Men one, remember? On Tyler's film?
Nobody's fool.
And my niece is like, your challenge is going viral. I'm like, what challenge?
Oh, my God. So you have to do it.
No, it's old.
It's
so
old now.
And then I look like a 1900s lady.
Late.
Late. You're late, ma'am. I mean, like, is it the dance? What is it?
Right.
Which one?
I was just telling them the other day, I was like, I want to do that, that all the kids are doing it. And they're like, what is
it? Wait, do they do this in the club?
No, it's on Instagram. It's something that the kids are doing.
Are they throwing
Michael
water?
Rainey, like all his videos on TikTok, that's all he's doing. He's dancing like on tables. It's like he does this and then he does this little dance. Savannah and her daughter Zuri just did it. And then they like slide down walls and like, it's like so cute. So we're all gonna do it together.
He's like, no, we're not. Thank you,
But
bro.
yes. No, thank you.
I love you.
I love you
This
too.
is great.
So good. All right, guys, so today I'm wearing an oversized Norma Kamali dress, chocolate brown. I'm wearing Cult Gaia earrings, a brown suede belt, and my shoes are a Ferragamo wedge with beaded design. Guys, that was a great conversation. I hope you guys all received the message of your time is your time, and whatever God has for you, He has for you. Tika's story and everything that she talked about was absolutely amazing. I love her journey. It was inspiring for me, and I love to know that I have a sister that we both can encourage and inspire each other. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of the Keep It Positive Sweetie Show. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share this episode with someone who could use a little positivity. You guys can follow me on Instagram and all platforms at Love Crystal Renee. In the meantime, in between times, stay blessed, stay encouraged, and remember to keep it positive, sweetie. I'll see you guys next time.